crime is a major problem in this country, but it's a major problem in Ogbomoso. And Ogbomoso is the second largest city in this state. And it's very unfortunate. There are times we don't have light for a whole day at times. Maybe they do it for 30 minutes, 1 hour. And there is no way there can be a development in this town when power is unavailable. So even someone can sell coke or ice water because there is no light. You don't put on the generator to sell coke. How much are you making to be able to do that? So just the basic trade like hairdresser, a tailor, a lot of things uses power. And so once it's not existing, you will just be gathering people who are poor. And one of the things I made up my mind is that I'm not going to be a king over poor people. And the number one thing is to get this power. Because Ogbomoso people are entrepreneurs. They are not lazy. They are traders. And what we need to do is to give them the right environment for them to be able to do this. And I found that the number one thing is power. I also want to say thank you to you because the day you saw me was not the most convenient. It was you were the retreat. Yes, what you promised and you came out to me. And I want to promise you that we will give you all the support that you need to make this a There were a couple of things you said, which we also have talked about. And then the people came from Ibadan Disco. They made it clear that no, they didn't come from Ibadan Disco, but they were going to work with Ibadan Disco. That for them to invest in transmission, transformers, and all of those things, then we have to guarantee X number of meters. And of course, they talked about the meter, people bypassing the meter. One thing I can tell you is that those two things, because of the press and a lot of these things, I don't want to say the way we are planning to make sure we guide against that. And we just hope that the police will cooperate with us when we catch them. Because when there is no penalty, that's why people do all of these things. But we will tell you that we will guide against this and we will fish out the people who are bypassing, the people who are stealing, because we have a system in place how we are going to be able to arrest that situation. You understand? I am excited that you came because that means our days of mystery, of this darkness, is at least there's light at the end of this tunnel. I appreciate you with all the number of stuff that you have had. But you didn't say to us that where you went to, whether they are back trying to fix it, whether the contractors are back. You didn't say whether they are back, because that's very, very important. And thank you for the access that you are giving to us. Because every time I call you, you pick up the call. Because, like I said, this is not bashing politicians. You know, a lot of politicians don't pick up their calls when they get to this position. But it shows us that you have the heart to make sure that your ministry works. And bringing all these people to Ogbomoso and to all the different places and making Oyo State a priority. It tells us the interest you have in this state. And whatever you believe in God for, we will be praying along with you. And I believe that if we can do this for this time, I don't know about Oyo Ibadan, but if we can do this for Ogbomoso, we will forever be grateful to you. Because what you will have done is that you will have literally lifted us out of poverty that is prevalent in this town. Because even people who want to work, you can't have any industry. There are times when you spend nearly, I spend about 30,000 to 45,000 for an every day in my house. That's not sustainable. You understand? And then we will have an industry and spend so much on power. So all the industries that Ogbomoso has the potential about are being taken to other areas, especially in London. And so what we want is that we want our people who are normally entrepreneurs and hardworking people. Ogbomoso is a land of warriors, you understand? And I don't mean warriors as military. They're warriors in achieving whatever they say. So they have a concrete spirit. That's why you find out that scattered all over the world, they are always excel in peace wherever they are. And we want them to excel in their town. The people who have remained loyal to this town. Electricity is the number one issue. Even there's no nightlife. So you hardly see young people who can go out, you understand, at night and all of those things. So by 9 o'clock at times, it's like a ghost town, you understand, because there's no light. And this solar light that you spoke about, I know that Olamide is a politician, but I hope you will give us more in this in the town. You understand? Yeah.
I must start from the palace.
Yeah.
So
we can have light. Even if you don't have light inside your house, if you have light outside on the street, it will change the state. And I pray that God will not put any of us in darkness of light. All I just want to say thank you so much. And we are really, really, really appreciated. And what I want to have to say, thank you. And just the hope that your coming has given me, you won't even believe it. You understand that all of these things we want to do for this town, they are all based on land. When you want power, there's no power. Everything we want to do is very limited. And I believe that the president knew that we are an achiever, because we have anticipated, shows that we are an achiever. And so we put you in a place that is a crisis point in this country. And I know that we believe that we will be able to. But I think we are on the right step to do it. I can't wait for the next 4 years to see the transformation that you will have made. Thank you very
much. So I'm using this opportunity to say congratulations to you. ABC. Congratulations. You already belong to visit some of our power transmission installations in Ibadan. Substations, the oldest substation in this state, which is the Ayede 330 kV substation that supplied about 9 other substations in Oyo State and Ogun State. To look at the state of the facilities, the state of the infrastructure, and see how we can upgrade it so that the capacity can be improved to serve the state better. From there, we went to the office of the Ibadan Distribution Company, which is IBEDC, which is solely responsible for electricity distribution in Oyo State, to discuss how we can actually improve on their performance in Oyo State in terms of delivery of reliable, functional, and uninterrupted power to the doorsteps of our households, our businesses, and our industries. So we had a long chat with them, I believe that if all the plans we have in place on cooperation, collaboration, and partnership actually go as planned, we're going to witness a good power supply in Oyo State. We have charged them that it's either the shaping or the shape out. There is no excuse for non-performance. But we cannot give Mr. President any excuse. We cannot give, and Mr. President cannot give Nigerians any excuse for non-performance. He said he promised them delivery of dividend of democracy, of which power supply is one. We cannot overemphasize the importance of power supply to national growth in terms of economic growth and industrial development. And he will not do it by himself. He will do it by his appointed representatives, who happen to be my humble self as the Minister of Power. We want to make the President proud, and we don't want to disappoint Nigerians. We let them go. From there, we went to visit the Oyo State government, who we believe they should be our partner in progress. Because the mandate of delivering power to our household businesses and industries is still that of government. All the players along the power sector value chain, they are just drivers that we are using to deliver this. So government at all levels, federal, state, and local government, must collaborate. They must cooperate and they must partner to ensure that we deliver this to our people as students of democracy, like people of other countries witness. And it's not rocket science. It's not something that's not possible. It is just that we must shape up. We must do it jointly. And the state government promised that it was ready to cooperate with us. I mean, the state governor was ready to cooperate with us because he also used it as electoral campaign promise that Oyo State will be able to witness improved power supply. So we are going to collaborate with the state government, the Ministry of Energy and Public Utilities, the State Board of Electricity, and the State Board of Rural Electrification. They are going to work with us at the Ministry of Power and our agencies to ensure that we are able to deliver this to our people. We had a very useful chat. And very soon, you start seeing the results of this our very positive conversation. From there, we moved to Oyo. In fact, before we moved to Oyo, we had to visit Oyo State Government IPP project, where they're working on 11 megawatts of CNG power, plus 10 megawatts of CNG gas powered, and the 1 megawatt of solar PV, which is very commendable. And with this, it will increase the volume of power generation available for consumption in our state. So when we left the place, we got to Oyo Town, where I visited, together with my entourage, the newly commissioned 132 single circuit line substation in Oyo that has been serving the people of Oyo. But as we all know that the southwest area and Oyo State in particular is a high power demand center, is a high load center. We believe that single circuit 132 kV line substation is not enough. The burden and the load on it is too much, and we promise that we are going to upgrade it to a double circuit station so that additional 60 MVA transformer will be added to the existing one, so that it will be able to serve more communities in Oyo, and the entire Oyo community. They were present, they appreciate, tell us, and they are happy with the step that we intend to take. Now, we are in Ogbomoso. I want to particularly appreciate our KBC. Before the coronation, I want to make mention of it. KBC personally visited me in Abuja. Yes, I hosted him, not for any other thing, but to express his interest, special interest in this power project in Ogbomoso. I was in the company of Professor Shola Adepoju, and I had to come out of the cabinet retreat that we were having to come and receive KBC at my place during that time. KBC, thank you so much. The Lord Almighty continue to honor you And like I promised you that day, I said I was going to come personally to inspect the state of work at the 132 substation that we have in Ogbomoso. And I also promised you that we were going to accelerate completion of the substation. And again, that the transmission lines that we were supposed to connect to this substation, which has been one of the bane of delay in the energization of this substation, I was going to come to inspect it and see reasons why it has not been completed. The transmission line is from Gemo in Ilorin down to just about 60 kilometers. Am I right, MD?
Yes, sir.
About 60 kilometers. It's been awarded since 2009. 15 years. That is not acceptable. Imagine us, the country putting money into a project since 2009 and 15 years after, it's not yet completed. It's not the best use of our resources. And we say no to it. It will no longer happen under my reign as the Minister of Power in Nigeria. Which is why we need to support whatever we say or our utterances with actions. Kabesi have brought everybody that is important in making this completion of the substations an accelerated project. I have with me the Managing Director of the Transmission Company of Nigeria this year, personally, so that he can personally witness this and also make a pledge to ensure that this substation starts to work in no time. I have Engineer Abdulaziz Ahmed here. Apart from completing this substation, I also made some pledges to Kabesi in terms of supporting Ogbomoso and its environs, because Ogbomoso is a mix of urban and rural areas. There are some areas in some villages in Ogbomoso here, in the local government, in Ogoluwa, in Surulere, and so on and so forth, that do not really have access to electricity. And the distribution company may not be attractive to extend the grid to these areas because it may not be commercially viable. We are saying that, and the pledge I made to Kabesi was that we are going to use our rural electrification agency to ensure that these rural dwellers too, they have a taste of what is called electricity supply. In terms of solar systems that we can actually install in some rural households with 1 or 2 panels, and they can have 2, 3, 4 lighting points. They can energize their fan, they can charge their phone. In terms of solar street lights to enhance security in our rural areas, and in terms of solar mini and micro grids to energize small businesses in our rural areas, irrigation, processing of agri produces and all that. I made a pledge to the Kabesi, and today to let you know that we want to walk the talk at the Ministry of Power. I brought to you the only man that can make it possible. That's the Managing Director of the Rural Electrification Agency, Engineer Ahmad Sadijo Ahmed. Can you stand up for recognition? So that he's personally here to listen to us. And we have started a bit of that. We added a few solar systems to our honorable to give to some villages. It's just a proof of concept. That's the pilot. More will be supplied. And I can assure you that we have some reasonable amount in the budget of 2024 to ensure that we intervene in distribution activities of our power sector in Oyo State and in Nigeria as a whole. We want to stop communities contributing money to buy transformers in their community. It is not allowed and it won't be acceptable. We also say no to communities contributing money to buy electricity poles and wire and power lines. It is not acceptable. This is the sole responsibility of the distribution company because they bill for it. Why must communities be buying transformers themselves? Why must they buy poles themselves? Why must they buy wires or installation accessories? It is not their job. It is the job of the DISCO, and I have emphasized it to the NDC of Ibadan Distribution, IBEDC, at the meeting we had this morning. And I told him, we know it's an enormous responsibility, it's a lot of expectation, it's a lot of burden. Federal government will not leave you. We are going to be intervening in those areas that you are reluctant to take transformers to, in those areas that you are reluctant to take electricity poles and wires to. Talk to us. We will intervene as Ministry of Power, and federal government will buy transformers for these communities. They will buy electricity poles for these communities, and they buy wires for these communities. It's the pledge I made to the end of the IBEDC, and I'm making that open pledge here today, that if there are those communities and rural areas that are in need of all categories of transformers, from 100 kV to 200 to 500 kV, we are going to, by the grace of God, try our best to supply them. So those are the promises that I made to IBEDC. So today I have come to personally inspect those installations and facilities and see to myself, because like our people say, Donny, Afiji, Ìròyìn Kòtó, Ojúbà. So I'm here myself to personally see and also bring my organs here that are with me to see this and make it clear to us that they are going to work on this. For me to round up, I'm using this opportunity to assure our people that the president of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed, the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ECFR, is ready to live up to his electoral promises. He made pledges and he said he must deliver the pledge. On his behalf, I'm telling you that Ogbomoso community, both the city and the rural areas, Oyo State in general, they are going to witness improved power supply in my own time as the Minister of Power. Obviously, I'm not standing in front of you today overnight. There's no magic wand. There's nobody that can come and tell you in 3 months or 6 months you're going to have 24/7 electricity. But the rot in the system is too much. And this rot has accumulated over time. It cannot be cleared by one minister in 3 months or 6 months. What I'm promising everybody here today, Kabisi, is improved, or let me say, gradual, steady, accelerated, consistent, and sustainable improvement in the supply of electricity to our community. I mean, this is consistent over time. Within a period of 18 months to 2 years, we are going to witness significant improvements in our power supply. They say Rome was not built in a day. Our mission is to ensure that our today in power sector is better than yesterday, and our tomorrow is going to be better than today. So far we can notice consistent improvement. We will be happy, and darkness will be a thing of the past in Oyo State and in Nigeria as a whole. So this is the beginning of my nationwide tour of our facilities, and to also have useful conversations with all the stakeholders in the states to see how we can cooperate to ensure that we improve our electricity sector. And I have 1 or 2 requests to make, Kabisi, that we have witnessed incessant vandalization of our power assets. There are saboteurs everywhere. As we are struggling day and night to make sure we make a change, some people are hiding somewhere. They are Nigerians too, destroying federal government power assets, destroying our collective national assets. Just a few days before the end of the year, we all witnessed what happened in Yobe, in the northern part of the country, where a number of our towers were brought down. In fact, they were blown up. In the course of this, they even killed a few of our security guards. And just 2 nights ago, the MD of TCN is here. You know, I mean, our power lines were also brought down. We cannot be working to improve lives of Nigerians, and some people are sabotaging it. This is not acceptable. Which is why I want to appeal to you, Kabisi, to let our people know that this is a collective asset. These are common wealth and they must be jointly protected. We cannot be in Abuja and protect all our assets across the federation. The community has a major role to play. When you notice suspicious movement around our power assets, be it transmission assets, be it distribution assets, even our community transformers, you can sleep tonight and wake up tomorrow and see the transformers already looted. It become empty. We cannot make progress in this manner. These are things that do not happen in advanced countries where they have constant electricity. They see government assets as their collective assets. We are all stakeholders in this, and we must protect this asset jealously. If we don't want to frustrate the people working day and night to achieve improvement. But I'm also using the point to let you look at this that we will stand up to the saboteurs with the backing of Mr. President. Very soon, they will be brought to book gradually. We will not be intimidated. We won't be threatened not to do what we want to do. Let them continue. Like they say, ọjọ́ gbogbo ní tí ó lè, ọjọ́ kan tó lè. One way or the other, they will be caught and they will face the wrath of the law. Secondly, that is for the band of the power teams. On the community, the only way we can actually sustain improved power supply is when everybody pays for electricity. There are lots of people that bypass meters. There are lots of illegal connections. You are consuming electricity, you don't want to pay for it. There is nothing that is good in this world that doesn't come with a price. We know that a number of houses do not have meters. We have a very wide meter gap. But we are doing everything through various initiatives to ensure that we close these gaps as soon as possible. Out of over 12 million customers that the power sector has, just a little over 5 million have been metered. Meter gap is about 8 million households and businesses without meter. But the federal government, Mr. President just established what we call the Presidential Metering Initiative, PMI. He made me chairman of this initiative, and our target is to ensure that within the next 4 years, we're able to close this meter gap completely. And I believe that this will happen. That is acquiring an average of 2 million meters on a yearly basis, and is backed this up with adequate funds. And it will happen, I promise you. So that every household will have meter, so that when they receive their bill, they are happy to pay the bill. We want to put a stop to estimated billing. It is not acceptable. It is not transparent. It is not objective, and it is not fair in any manner. When you have estimated billing, someone is cheating someone. It's either the disco is cheating the people, or the people are cheating the disco, or someone, maybe staff of the disco, are cheating both the people and the disco. You must have meters to have transparent measurement of electricity consumption, and we are promising it. And those people that bypass meters, and those people that do illegal connections, once they are caught, they will face the wrath of the law. That's the only way we can actually ensure a consistent, improved power supply. I think I'll make a stop here. I want to thank everybody that listened to us. We have our roles to play. Power supply improvement is not the role of the minister alone. It's not the role of TCN alone, or the REA, or the DISCO. It's our joint responsibility. I pray that please play your role. I promise you that I'm going to play my role. And during my time, we are going to witness improved power supply in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so you won't miss out any of our latest video.
My name is Aki Anabi. I'm a video director and TV producer of Oba Ghandi Olaoye on African Magic. Keep watching Drivetv.
olólùfẹ́ Drivetv àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí Fẹ́mi Sola ẹ máa wo Drivetv. Keep watching Drivetv.
My name is Wole Agba. Taking this time out to tell you all that you keep watching Drivetv. What drive ẹ̀wọ̀ ní ògo ẹ̀? What drive ẹ̀wọ̀ fulfilment? What drive ẹ̀wọ̀ bí tó o bá lọ? Ó ní iṣẹ́ rìn. Ibi ni kò máa wò Drivetv. Thank you. Chloe.
Drivetv, driving you around the world.